after about 15 minutes of working on something, it looks like you ran your hand through a frickin' meat grinder. Yeah, that's annoying. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Average Joe's Garage. Today we're going to start our first installation of Garage Gab. This is the stuff I was talking about where I post a video question and everybody else gets to post a video reply or a comment reply, and we'll stitch it all together and we'll talk about it. Make a Garage Gab. So, my topic is one that almost all of us probably know something a little bit about or a lot about, and it's cheap tools versus expensive tools. So think of this as the Snap-on challenge. I personally don't own any Snap-on tools. I own almost purely Craftsman tools. I went to school for automotive, so when I was in school I bought Craftsman tools, lifetime guarantee stuff. But recently, now that I never actually worked in automotive, I just kind of did it for myself. I work in plastics, and my old job where I work, I needed tools. So I bought myself a toolbox and filled it full of Craftsman tools. I even got a Craftsman box. But over time, as most tools do, in an unsecured location, they walk away. And I made myself a promise when I started that as my tools disappeared, not a lot of money would disappear out of my wallet. And I held true with that. So I started buying cheap tools, like the Harbor Freight stuff. Whatever I could find. MIT, I didn't care, just cheap. That was what it had to be, was cheap. The only thing I did not cheap out on was Allen wrenches. I still buy decent Allen wrenches. Other than that, everything else is cheap. I don't use a whole lot of tools anymore. I've been promoted to an office job, so I really don't have to worry about busting my knuckles up. But at home, I still work on stuff. So, if you might know, you go to your box, somehow you end up with some cheap tools if you didn't even buy them. I mean, I always have. Like Christmas, birthdays, whatever, people get cheap tools. And they have their place. I mean, honestly, I've got some cheap tools that I use all the time, especially in the house. I keep my tools, my Craftsman stuff outside in my nice toolbox. But inside I've got cheap stuff. Use it all the time. For the little stuff around the house, it ain't a big deal. But outside, I want to use the good stuff. And here's why. I've used cheap tools when I was younger. That's, my dad wasn't really into cars. He wasn't a mechanic. He didn't work on his own stuff. But as I was growing up, I used his tools. They're cheap. And there's nothing worse than a socket that is kind of sort of half-inch or kind of sort of 10 millimeter, even though that's what it says it is. And the damn thing slips off, and after about 15 minutes of working on something, it looks like you ran your hand through a frickin' meat grinder. Yeah, that's annoying. Maybe not all cheap tools are like that. I mean, the cheap tools that I bought from like Menards and Harbor Freight, they seem to be not that cheap anymore. So I don't know if it was just like a 70s, 80s thing. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so that's kind of what I want to talk about. What is your experience with cheap tools? What is your experience with name brand tools? Do you notice any kind of difference? I've had plenty of Craftsman ratchets that have crapped out on me. And I've had plenty of not Craftsman junk ratchets that have crapped out on me. But yet, I have this one old junk MIT ratchet that looks like pure garbage. And that thing is probably 20 years old, and that's my go-to half-inch ratchet. It truly is. All my Craftsman ratchets, junk. So, I mean, yeah, you can get them fixed, or you used to be able to, I don't know. Kind of hard to find a Sears nowadays, but... So that's it, What do you guys think? Cheap tools, they turn your hands into hamburger? Or are they good these days? Do you like them? Do you stay away from them? Or are you exclusively good tools? Even though good tools can also turn your hands into hamburger, especially when a ratchet breaks. So that's this week's Gab for the garage. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with, how this all works out, what we all can bring together and make into a Gab session. So post your replies, do a video, put it down below, link it, I'll look at it, download it, we'll stitch it all together, and we'll make ourselves a video of our Garage Gab. See how it turns out. I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to take. We're just going to feel it out for the first one. Maybe I can get a little bit better at it, and we'll see what happens. This is a test, an experiment, and I'm taking you all along with me, so let's see how it works out. Till then, Average Joe's out. Please like, subscribe, comment, and even hit the bell for notifications if you'd like to see more from Average Joe's Garage.